The Department of Veterans Affairs is now acknowledging that contaminants in the air and burn pit exposure may have caused health problems for some veterans. This past week, the VA added 3 conditions presumed to be caused by military service for veterans who served in these areas you see right here since 1990. So that means that veterans who have asthma, rhinitis, or sinusitis may be able to have their disability compensation fast-tracked. But for the women you're about to meet, they feel it's a slap in the face.
If you want to walk with me in my shoes for like a couple days and see, like, I'm not fine.
In the 2 years since we first introduced you to Nicole Rosca, she says her health has only declined.
I have not found any remedy, anything for the stomach issues, the shortness of breath.
Rosca serves with the Florida Air National Guard, but it was on 2 tours to Iraq with the Minnesota Air National Guard in 2007 and 2009 that she was exposed to toxic burn pits.
I walk into an office and they're like, let me see your fit record. Let me see you. They're like, you look so good. You look perfect. You look fine. But I'm like, I'm in pain every single day of my life.
She, like thousands of veterans, has been fighting for years to get the VA to acknowledge her health problems were caused by her exposure to open burn pits. Chemicals, paints, petroleum, and plastics were among the things incinerated to get rid of the waste.
At the end of the day, like, I know for a fact I do not have the VA backing me in anything, because I've already had these talks with the VA and they're like, well, they think it's something else. They'll say that it's chronic fatigue syndrome. It's this, it's this, it's this.
What she doesn't have are any of the 3 conditions the VA now says may have resulted from exposure to burn pits and airborne hazards like sand, dust, and pollution.
What about the cancers? What about the gastro stuff? What about the blood infections? What about all this other stuff that are huge, that's way more prevalent in this population of people that came from these areas with the burn pits? I just feel like it's just kind of like a little snack to placate the populace, and it's not fair.
She's watched as those she served with have been buried. Friends like Amy Muller, who died of pancreatic cancer at the age of 36.
Just turned 36 today. And I can't even count on 2 hands how many people I already know that have died of cancers younger than me due to these exposures. And the fact that they are not recognizing that, it's atrocious.
The VA says this new policy has the potential to impact about 3.5 million veterans. And it says it sent out more than 246,000 outreach letters to potentially impacted veterans and survivors to encourage them to submit a claim. But Rosie Torres, executive director of the veterans advocacy group Burn Pits 360, says it falls far short of what is needed to help veterans who are suffering.
My message to the Secretary of the VA, the Secretary of Defense, to the Congress is to stop negotiating with veterans' lives.
Her husband suffers from a debilitating lung condition called constrictive bronchiolitis that they believe was caused by exposure to burn pits. Their group has been pushing for the VA to add 23 illnesses they say are linked to these burning waste sites. She says the VA right now is only offering veterans breadcrumbs.
I mean, we're not dealing with rhinitis, sinusitis, and asthma. We're dealing with veterans who are coming back with these debilitating cancers and lung diseases.
Both Rosca and Torres say the battle doesn't end here.
We're really going to hold people accountable, just like the 9/11 advocates did. It's like we have a wall of shame, and if you don't support 23 illnesses, then that's where you'll go.
People are sick. People are dying. And I want to see that it happens way more expeditiously than Agent Orange. Like, we deserve this. 100%, we deserve this.
The VA told me that it's constantly conducting research and reviewing scientific literature for conditions that may be related to military service to identify ways to improve services for veterans, but gave no time frame on if or when other conditions could be added to its list.